Hey friends! So as you can tell, I'm home! Yay! So you saw a little bit of me being home in the last video. But so this time I just wanted to kind of talk about my bucket list. With that bucket list I had at the beginning of the college program, well, I accomplished quite a bit on it. The paper I had originally wrote it on made no sense, so I went back there and I watched my old video and just rewrote everything. So let's go over it. So the first thing was eat and drink around Epcot. Well, I wasn't very successful in doing that. However, though, I did have something from every pavilion at the Flower and Garden Festival, which was something I did want to do. It is quite expensive to do it all at once, and it is a lot of food to do. I'm pretty sure I probably had something to drink at least at almost every regular country like pavilion in the World Showcase, but I definitely did not do it all in one day. The second thing was do Flower and Garden, and that was amazing. I would totally love to go do it again. However, Food and Wine is going on right now, and I want to do that even more. My dog is doing something weird right now. The Flower Garden was beautiful. The food was amazing. The drinks were really, really good, so I loved that. The next thing that I wanted to do was have a picture alone on Main Street, and I didn't think that that was going to happen, but then on my birthday, we got out of Be Our Guest super late, and so we ended up being on Main Street at like 11 o'clock, I think, and so I got pictures alone, and I got some with Erica and Silka. The other one was 4 parks one day. I know for sure I did 3 parks one day. I don't know if I did 4. I may have come very, very close. You know, I may have done 4, but it was like we may have gone to Magic Kingdom and just ate and then left. But that, I don't think I wouldn't count that as 4 parks one day. The next one I had was every show and parade. So I did Wishes. Well, it was still there. I saw it like 2.5 times. Happily Ever After is what took over. I did that a zillion times. So I did both shows there. I saw the parade in Magic Kingdom, which was Festival of Fantasy. And then on our very last day, I actually did see Mickey's Friendship Fair, which was super, super cute. I saw Fantasmic and Illuminations. And then I did see the Hollywood Studios Star Wars fireworks show. That was really good. I did see Rivers of Lights, and then I did see a couple of like the lighting up of the tree in Animal Kingdom as well. And then, oh, I saw Festival of the Lion King. That was really good. I saw it twice. I really like that. The monkeys are my favorite. And then I didn't see any other shows, so I don't think I did all of them. I know there was a Finding Nemo show, and then there's one more, I just don't remember what it is. So technically I didn't do all of them. But the next thing on my list was Pandora, and I did everything you could do in Pandora. I had all the food, did both the rides, bought merchandise, saw it at nighttime. But Pandora was amazing. I had my Pandora shirt on this morning. Yeah, I fell in love with Pandora. I want to be there all the time. Flight of Passage, amazing. Open and close all 4 parks. I definitely did not do that. I don't think I even opened a park. I think I may have closed all 4 parks, but I did not open and close all 4 parks. That is for sure. I did not get pixie dusted. I wasn't even sure where to do that, but I didn't get pixie dusted. Space Mountain with lights on, nope, didn't even get stuck on it. We did kind of have lights on in Splash Mountain, maybe? I don't know if we fully got lights on, but we did get stuck on it for like a good 10 minutes. I didn't do a behind the scenes tour. I really, really wanted to. I signed up for a couple and then I ended up having to work. Photo in each country in Epcot. So I know I did. No, I didn't do that because I don't think I had one in Canada. I have one in UK, I have one in Norway, I have one in Mexico, Germany. I don't have one in America. I don't think I have one in No, I did do one in Japan. I do have one in China. Yeah, I got close, but I don't have one in Canada, which is odd because I was friends with all the Canadians, but go figure. I went to the wedding pavilion, so I ended up working at the Grand Floridian Resort, which is where the wedding pavilion is in Disney World, and my coworker and I, Patricia, we ended up doing a grand day, and we went to, we did tea in the afternoon, and we got all fancy and had champagne and upgraded our tea to have the fruit and cheese tray with crackers. And then we went around the Grand and we took all these pictures because we worked there together at the marina. And we went over to the wedding pavilion and we got to see it, and it was really, really pretty. I really liked it. And we did be our guest for my birthday. That was so much fun. I loved it. I definitely had the gray stuff. It was delicious beyond belief. 50s prime time. Did not do it. Rum Dole Whip. Had that I think 2 or 3 times. Delicious. Recommend it. Do it. If you're over 21. I had a LeFou's brew before I even had park admission. The very first day that I went to Magic Kingdom, I got a LeFou's brew, and I definitely had multiple more after that. I didn't do the kitchen sink. There's a lot of food things that I wanted to do, and that was mainly what I feel like I missed. I wouldn't say missed out on because I did do a lot of food things. However, there's so much to do there. I didn't have a flex off with Gaston. No flex off with Gaston. However, though, I do have a picture of me grabbing his muscles. So that's good too, right? Character dining. I did a lot of character dining. An insane amount. When I first wrote this, I had only done 2. I think I did Garden Grill, the Aker I don't know. The one in the Norway Pavilion. I think Norway Pavilion. It's the Princess Dining. I did that one. We did Ohana. We did, what else did I do, Bella? Oh, I did 1900 Park Fair for breakfast and dinner. Those are the 5 off the top of my head that I can remember. I did not get a picture with all the princesses because I could never find Mulan. Moana, she was not doing meet and greets because she was on a long voyage and we didn't know when she was coming back. However, though, I got a lot of princesses. I definitely have Ariel with her sea legs and without her sea legs. Aurora, Cinderella, Belle, oh, Tiana, Rapunzel. Oh, Cinderella's in that room too. She does a meet and greet there as well. So I mean, I did a lot of princesses. I did pretty well, in my opinion. I didn't do a Disney Bound. Some of my friends did. They did some Star Wars Disney Bounds. I did not do one. I had a wonderful birthday celebration. It was so much fun, especially because my birthday last year was kind of lame. I hung up on myself because everyone in my life was pretty busy. But this year, I got to go to be our guest. I got to watch the fireworks show, and it was so amazing. Pressed penny in every land/park. I may have pressed 1 penny, and then when I was waiting in line to meet Mickey on Main Street, I found a Mickey pressed penny, but I definitely did not press a whole bunch of pennies. I got a button for each first visit to each park. I have a birthday button. I have 2. I made one for myself because I didn't know if anyone else was going to, and then Erica had made me one too. And then I have a button for celebrating our last wishes. And then I think I have a button for celebrating the end of our DCP. Magic moment, have give. So the very first day that I went to the park, I went to Epcot, and I went and I met up with my roommate and her mom, and I hadn't met her yet. And I had a really, really unfortunate travel situation down to Florida. And so I was just having a really bad day, which is why I decided to just pay, go to the park, and feel good. Well, I had been talking to the lady when I was buying my ticket, and she was like, oh, how's your day going? I was like, great, like way better now that I'm here. And she was like, oh, what's up? And I told her that like just was an unfortunate travel situation when I finally got to Florida, and how I was just really bummed, blah, blah, blah. And then she was like, well, since you had such a crappy time coming down here, here is a fast pass for you. And then I had told her who I was meeting up with. You and those 2 other people to any ride that you want except like Frozen Ever After or Frozen whatever the ride is, and then there's something else. So that was my pretty special moment when I first got there, and it was kind of very welcoming to the fact that, like, I'm in Disney and this is what happens in Disney. They really try to make everything great. A magical moment I gave, there was a family, there was, I think it was a mom, her dad, and then her daughter. And they all went out and rented little sea racers, and they had came back, and they were only out for like 10 minutes, and it's a minimum of a half hour. Well, the little girl had been walking up, and she had been talking about a necklace that she had, and I was like, oh, who's on it? And Ariel was on it, and on the back of it, it had like a phone number on it, and I found out that she's a runner. She's like 2 or 3 years old, and she's definitely a runner of a kid. Or no, she was 3, and she was a runner, and I was like, oh, I'm so sorry, like, the little girl wasn't crazy into the boat. She was fine, but she just wasn't super thrilled with it. And so they came back, and her dad stayed out there, and then I was talking to her a little bit more, and then I found that she had mentioned something about celebrating something. I was like, oh, what are you guys celebrating? And they were saying that it had been like their 1 or 2 years since adopting this little girl. And I had absolutely no idea. It looked like she could have been her birth mother, like totally, they looked exactly alike. And so I gave them their boat rental for free because it was so awesome. That was one of the more touching things that I got to like be involved with. There were some other boat rentals that I was able to give out for free because just had a miserable time. One kid came back screaming his head off because he had sunscreen in his eyes and just little things like that. So it was really great. I don't remember very many more magical moments that happened to myself. I know there was some though. Volunteers. So I ended up not being able to do any volunteers. Every single time there was a volunteer thing, I had to work. So that was unfortunate. I did not fill out an autograph book. However though, so this book that I have, it's Peter Pan, and it's like a cloth material. And I got this in Leavenworth in Washington at a little bookstore. And I brought it with me to Disney to just read it in general. And I didn't think anything of it when I brought it. But then I realized that I had only ever met Peter Pan once in Disneyland. And he is definitely one of my favorite characters. I love his story. I love Tinkerbell. I have a tattoo on my foot that's the directions to Neverland. So this is the original story. And I met Peter Pan, reminded him all about our encounter at Disneyland, and we talked about Disneyland, and we talked about me, and then my friend Patricia came with me. She's also Peter Pan crazy, and Peter signed my book for me. And so it says, to Sierra, faith, trust, and pixie dust. Never grow up. Forever Peter Pan. And that was beyond amazing. Beyond amazing. And I loved it. I'm going to keep this forever and ever. And then I went and I met Peter Pan on our very last day to go tell him that I had to go home and grow up. And I hadn't met him in about a month. It was probably a month or so after this encounter when I had met him. And he remembered everything that we had talked about. And it was just that was actually a really magical moment for me. That's one. Peter Pan, he remembered every single solitary thing we talked about. He meets so many people a day, all over the place, in Disneyland, in Shanghai, wherever, and he remembered everything we talked about. And that was amazing. I left crying. Thanks, Peter Pan. Next one was the beach. I went to 3 beaches. So, Memorial Day weekend, I went to the beach with my cousins. We went to Cocoa Beach. And then 4th of July, I went to Clearwater Beach with Erica and David, two of the Canadians, and then Sam. And then my 3rd beach trip was to Siesta Keys in near Sarasota. That was my favorite one. That was with Dana, Ellen, Kenzie, Jay, me. Yeah, I guess that's 5 of us. I was trying to think about who sat where in my car. But yeah, I guess that's all of us. And that was my favorite beach. That was beautiful. One of my other things was mailing a postcard every single week. I think I was pretty successful on that. If not, I got real close. So video for the girls. I took a few videos for my nieces, so like Belle saying hi to the girls. And then I took some of Joy and Sadness and then Rapunzel as well. All rides in all the parks. I got pretty close. I will admit that. There were probably a couple things I didn't do, but there was a lot of obscure rides that I did do, like the Carousel of Progress, the regular carousel. Rope drop, all parks. Didn't do any of those. I got stuck in a ride. Splash Mountain. Didn't do a Princess Day. I don't know if I got merchandise specific to each park. I mean, I got one for Animal Kingdom, which would kind of be Pandora. What did I get in Epcot? You know, I don't know. Maybe I'll have to do a merchandise haul video and show you guys what I got. I didn't go to Universal. I was running out of time, which really sucked. And when my cousin came and went, I was sick, so I couldn't go. And then I ran out of time. So no Harry Potter World, no Butterbeer, no donut the size of my head. However, though, I did have Joffrey's donut, and that was really good. So Butterbeer and donut was the next things on my list. Didn't do it. And then I didn't go to the Cat and Dog Cafe. I tried. I feel like I did a lot, though. I'm very, very happy with everything I did. I'm very, very happy with all the money that I spent on specific things. There wasn't really anything that I bought or like dining that I did that I wish I hadn't done. I really did talk myself out of buying a lot of like useless, I wouldn't say useless, but like a lot of plushes. There was a lot of plushes I wanted to buy, especially in the beginning, like that Pascal and that Remy one. I didn't buy them. Oh wow. So yeah, that was my bucket list. I feel like I did a lot of it. I got a lot checked off. There's a lot I didn't get to do, but you know what? That means I need to go again. Oh well. So hopefully I get to go again soon. Maybe with all my Canadians. That would be amazing. But yeah, so there it is. Have a good day. Bye guys.